boys and girls, it's me, and this is a real-time time and date of my cell phone, just so everybody will believe me. And let me just put this down. That is our actual temperature right now, 68 degrees. Unbelievable for February, huh? But underneath this towel is one of my favorite radios, and it kind of got me started in this hobby. So before I pull the cover off, you want to take a whack at what it is? Give you 3 seconds. Okay, ready? And there it is. This is Zenith Trans-Oceanic battery and electric portable radio. And this one happens to be a model H500. This one came probably around 1952 or so. So I love this radio. It's just a lot of fun. Now Zenith made a whole bunch of these. They started making them right from before World War II, and they made them clear through to the early 60s, and I think the total number is somewhere a little over 600,000 of these. So they're not a rare radio. They can be found, and you could probably get a nice example of one of these for less than $100. I mean, like really nice. I forget what I paid for this. I probably paid a little more than that for this, but I bought this a long time ago. I probably bought this maybe, oh, I don't know, 22, 23 years ago. I don't even remember what I did to it, to be honest with you. But it's a nice working example of an H500. Now, they're single conversion. So basically, you know, they are what they are. They have no BFO to pick up sideband or continuous wave stuff. They're heavy to carry around. I remember Zenith used to have an advertisement of a guy sitting on a camel, and the guy was holding the thing, you know, by the handle like this in his lap, and he was carrying it around. But they're real popular with servicemen, and they're also a very expensive radio at the time. They were going for $129.95, and I think, and if you put that in 1952 numbers, that's probably several $1,000s. So these were not cheap radios, but they still hold their own, and they're actually pretty decent radios for what they are. So I figure I'd just show that to you. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to seeing that the swap meet season is around the corner, you may find one of these, and you may even have one, or you might want to get another one, or you might want to get your first one. What I want to do is I'll go over with you really right now what to look for when you're shopping for one of these, things to look for and things to watch out for that could come back and maybe haunt you later or cost you more money. But ultimately what I want to do is I'm going to do a really low buck restoration. I had to try to find a piece, which I did, and I got it from one of my friends, and it was relatively expensive. I'll show that one to you. But basically, we're going to take that radio, we're going to take a step-by-step thing and actually go through the whole radio and make it work. And then, you know, if you follow along with me and what you do with all that, then, you know, in all likelihood, you'll be good to go. Now, I have no idea if this radio, I was told the radio works. I have no idea if it does or it doesn't. It's missing a few tubes. But let's go over that right now as far as, let's just say that now you're at a swap meet, you want to shop, what do I look for in a Trans-Oceanic? Okay, here are the two radios side by side, and this is the one that I purchased that we're actually going to do the work on. Now this is a Y600 Trans-Oceanic. This was made right around 1957, and I didn't pay very much for this radio at all because there's pieces missing, but I have them. So let me show you what to look for when you're shopping. Now, from the front of the radio, both of these radios actually have pretty decent bezels. In other words, that's a plastic plate. It's covering the pieces covering the speaker, it's covering the dial area, and all around here. What you're looking for is, this one's in pretty good shape. This looked like it had a small nicky or chippy up here, but I didn't care. The rest of it was in really good shape. And what you're looking for is sometimes these have a tendency to split right here, and that's because these screws here, and it doesn't matter which model of these you have, they have a chance to get over tightened, and when you over tighten them, what happens is sometimes these things develop a little split. So that's in good shape. Another thing to look for is that this radio has very, very nice, they call these knob brights, and these are the brass pieces at the inset that goes into the knob. And I don't know if I replaced them or I just put them on, but you can see those are actually very, very nice shape. This one they're missing, but I don't care, because right now we're going to just worry about making the radio play. You can find these around. I think Antique Electric Supply used to sell them. I don't know if they still do or not. So you want to just, if that's important to you, then you want to look for that too. You want to check the handle. Make sure the handle isn't cracked or broken. It's not that often that happens, but you might want to check on that. Oh, and by the way, if you have a 600 series and it has this hole in here, alright, don't panic, because there's a pin on the bottom of this wave magnet that goes in there to allow you to spin and rotate and make the radio antenna directional on the broadcast band. So the L600 didn't have these, but the RT and up all the way up to the B600 did. So if you have an L600 or 600 series with the sweep dial like this, alright, don't panic. They didn't have that until they had the R in 1955. The L came out in 54. This is the shortwave antenna. Okay, and basically the antenna pops up like this. If you look on top of the stack, there's a little arrow, and there's a white part. Then when you rotate this, there's actually a clip that holds this underneath. Okay, so this is actually the wave rod top, and that holds that whole thing in place down there. So more often than not, these things are missing. The tops sometimes can be there, and then it's missing the clip. But I've known people to actually take and make a clip from like a fountain pen or whatever, a pen clip for a pocket or something like that, and use that in lieu of this latch. Now, as you see here, this is what you'll probably find more often than not. This one is missing, but it's okay because I have an extra one. We're going to use that one when we do the rest of it. And what you're looking for in here is you want to make sure that there's nothing weird going on here. This is the clip for if you go to connect the battery. Sometimes you'll find these with the batteries, the original battery still in this compartment here. Here's the original cord, which is still in decent shape. The things you want to pay attention to is to make sure the band switch tower is in good condition. And also, if you look back here, I got my finger, that's the 1L6 tube. That tube is, a couple years ago, they were going for almost $50 brand new. So you want to make sure that 1L6 is there. This particular radio has 5 tubes. There's a 1L6 here. These I think are both 1L4s. Behind the filter cap is a 1U5, and then way back here is a 3V4. So the G500 and the H500 had this tube set up, unless you got a really late G500 that had the ballast tube over there next to the speaker. And here's the ugly Y600 that I bought. And I just forgot how ugly it is, but don't buy one of these. This has rust on the thing, so this got subjected to moisture. I have no idea what this is going to be like, but I know that one good thing about this radio is it still has the cord reel intact. That these are what you'll find on the 600 series radios. And the gentleman I bought this from told me he removed the 1L6, and you see that's gone. And also behind this tower, there's usually a piece of paper or something here that would say that the 50A1 ballast tube is behind the cord reel, and he already told me that that's gone. So, and one cool thing about this radio is it's got the switch out here for the, you can go between the radio and the phonograph. You could actually put an iPod through it, or you could put your conventional 45 RPM player through that plug. So, alright, that's a basic what you want to look for on these radios. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, so to speak. And shortly we'll be starting to, we'll start working on this Y600 and see if we can wake it up. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye! Hi, boys and girls. Me. Yes, it's warm out here, so hey, why not let's do a video outdoors today instead of being inside. We've been inside and cooped up pretty much all the winter. So, hey, I hope everybody had a nice winter. I got some projects done. But coming up is swapping season, and that's my favorite time of year because you get to see everybody's stuff and they bring it all out and you can buy and sell and pick up a full radio or two to work on.